Christy and told Christy their problem. And Christy said she'd love to help return to paradise as long as her and her good friend Junior could come along with them. And Abner and Bertha didn't have a problem with that because they thought the more birds in paradise, the more fun it'll be. And the birds sat around thinking, well, what they could do to earn some money. And Christy down here, being a smart bird she was, made a few calls with some friends she had in the entertainment industry. And she was lucky enough to get out of Bertha a role of this famous movie. Now, you know what movie this chariot's from?
Battery.
Yeah, this is from Ben-Hur. And since Bertha out here was... Well, now that Abner and Bertha had some money, it was Junior's turn to get some money. And Junior down here was getting real good at acting. So they had to find something else Junior could do to earn some money. Well, they found out that old Junior out here was pretty good at doing stunts. So they sent Junior to stunt school where Junior became a famous stunt bird. And although Junior has done stunts in many famous movies, Junior's most famous movie was The Shootist with John Wayne. Now that really wasn't a dude taking the boat in the final scene. Now we're going to see old Junior back here with a lot of makeup. Because you know in Hollywood they can do crazy stuff to makeup. So we'll have Junior reenact that famous scene from The Shootist to which John Wayne died. You ready to die, Junior? Here we go. Come on, Junior. Get up. Ready, Junior? Junior. Bang, 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 bang. They do put pretty tough now. Bang, 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 bang. Come on, Junior. Bang, 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 bang. Sometimes when I pick her up and put her back down, I confuse her. She doesn't fit. Come on. Now what's the problem? You ready to die? Come on, bang, 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 bang. Bang, 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 bang. It's harder on me than it is on you. Now step back. Let's do your trick. Ready? Bang, 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 bang. One more time, we'll try it. Step back, ready? Bang, 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 bang. B-A-N-G, Junior, bang. It doesn't look like Junior's gonna die from that. I do apologize for that, but it is really uncomfortable to continue to lay on her back, and she sometimes does not do this trick. But it's real boring anyway, so it just kind of flops over. Well, Christy decided to head off to Las Vegas and try her luck gambling. And once she got there, she found out she was pretty good at the old ball and cup trick. Although I'm not. We'll see just how good Christy is today. Now, the ball I'll put under this one. You watching, Christy? And I'll mix these up here and see if Christy can find it. Now, do y'all know where the ball is? Yeah. Okay, we'll see if Christy knows where it is. Right there, she knows to go right there and get it. Just to prove you wrong, I'm going to ask for a volunteer in the audience. Are you volunteers?
Go, Bob.
Okay, you in the front row, come on up here. And what is your name? Kenny. Okay, Kenny, now the ball is under this one. You can step up here if you need to. If you'll go ahead and mix those up like I did, try to have it up on one of these two spots. We'll just show everyone that Christy really is. Now, even though the birds did have some money, they didn't have quite enough birds need to find something they can do with their money where they can earn a little bit more. Well, the birds sat around thinking a while, and they decided to take their money and invest it in a bank where it could earn some interest. Well, since Christy out here was the smartest boy, Christy took all their money down to the local Ralph the Swing Pig piggy bank, and she put one coin in the bank, and one for Bertha, and one for Junior, and I forgot one, dummy. But don't you wish Bill could do this? There you go. Right on. Right on. There we go. Let's have a big hand for that. It's going to be red, right? So I'll be yellow. Right, let me win. Oh, let me win. And Abner's going to win again. And Abner is a smart bird who does know the red ring is not on the yellow post. Like I said, this is Abner's game. So if I take Abner's red ring and put it on his red post, he'll take it off and say, no, dummy, like this. Let's have a big hand for Abner. There we go. We did become pretty close. Well, that does bring me to the end of my story today, but the birds aren't going to let me end today's story without a corny moral. And today's corny moral is, if you have a few good friends and a little bit of money, even you can find a little bit of paradise. Now, thank y'all for coming today, and I would like to remind you we do have old-time photos.
Bobby?
Don't forget Peggy.
Be the chicken stuff. I got way out there. Wait a minute here. How you doing out there? Something underneath jumped up and got it, Dad.
Spring puts out about 18,000 gallons of water every minute. 18,000. To kind of put that in perspective, that'll fill up an Olympic-sized swimming pool in 2.5 minutes, or a backyard swimming pool in about 30 seconds. I don't suppose anybody has a swimming pool in here, do you?
Yeah.
About how long does it take the water goes?
All day.
All day.
That's exactly right. We also have about 128 different types of plant life in our lake. About 2/3 of those are microscopic, so we won't be able to see them today. But the other third can grow at a rate of up to an inch a day. So we bring a big harvester boat out, it's like a big hedge trimmer. It drops its blades down 6 feet deep. It comes back to vegetation. We take it up on the conveyor belt. They use that around the dam to keep fishermen out. Use some on the golf course as fertilizer. And it also gives some to the city of San Marcos.
Come over here, Peg.
The lake, it varies depending on what spot you're over. The average depth is about 10 feet deep. The size of the lake's about 15 square acres. The lake does refill itself 3 times daily, with over 150 billion gallons of water coming out of the springs every day.
Whoa.
And this is the original San Marcos River bed. Back when they dammed it off about 150 years ago, it was about 2-3 boat lengths wide, so everything to the left of the boat was actually the bank. It's about as wide as the river runs through campus today.
It says Aquarena Springs. Look through the glass, man.
This next area we call Catfish Hotel. Unfortunately, there's bound to be quite a few vacancies here. There always are. If you see a catfish pointed out, you'll know it's huge. It's not a brim or a bass. It's huge. You know the difference. These are black swan or Australian swans to the left of us. These are real friendly. You can actually feed these by hand. But I wouldn't suggest that would be white. Not so friendly. I'll draw back a nub if you do. But the reason catfish hang out there is because they have skin. Scales. They can catch a sunburn.
It was.
It makes them real susceptible to ick. That's spelled ICH. That's potentially fatal skin disease, so they try to stay out in the sun as much as possible.
You see catfish? Right on.
And then
in 1978, there was a Dr. Joel Shiner, who's a professor from Southern Methodist University in Dallas. He came down to the lake to prove their civilization here over 12,000 years ago. What he found was over 1,000 arrowheads from the tooth of a mastodon dating back over 11,000 years ago. Pretty much proved his theory, and this is his excavation site down here. If you see any plastic, use that to hold down the vegetation. If you see a big white pipe, this is a vacuum cleaner so you can sift through all the limestone and find the artifacts.
I see one.
If you see any
Big one.
milk jugs or anything, those were used as markers so you can find the way around here. There's a big white pipe.
I just said that too.
You can find some of the artifacts in the gift shop. However, most of them are in the Smithsonian in Washington. Including the mastodon too.
Even bigger than
Of course,
this.
mastodon is a big area prehistoric dolphin.
Looks like it was going around.
I believe they're starting their dig now on their golf course this summer. And this next site is the deepest spot in our lake. So look for some albino catfish down here.
That's white.
Look underneath the springs down there. You see some underneath the rocks. Underneath the brush here.
Hey, I see one. Hey, I see two. I see two.
Those albino catfish we bring in from Mississippi. Brought those in about 8 years ago. Catfish actually do most of the drawing between 10 and 20 years of age. They can get up to 50, 60, 70 pounds. Records of fish caught are right around 100 pounds for the catfish. They say they can breed them up to about 150 pounds. So.
Look how big that thing is, guys. That's a good one swimming around there.
And also, this school of fish that has a bunch of growths on the back. I'm not sure what the growths are, but I do know the fish. They're called Rio Grande perch. And they are celebrities in our lake. In the late 70s, there was a little bit of a called Aquarena. They came out, and those are the actual fish used in it. What they do is put molasses on the actor's bodies. The fish would come up and gum them to death, and they would break red dye tablets, give the impression of being eaten alive. But not only did the fish like it, but so did the ducks. We have some diving ducks in here that were going down about 3 feet and eating the molasses off the actors' bodies also. So they had to take them out for a day so they could do all the underwater filming. This is also the side of the Caverns fault line. About 1 million years ago, there was an earthquake that hit this area supposedly, and it separated the left of the bone, Texas Hill Country, from the right of both the Texas coastal plains. You see how flat it is over there and how hilly it is over to the left. This is the actual dividing line. Right now. One of the few spots you'll find both low and high pressure springs in the lake. You notice the big white swan over there, those are the European swan. There's also a couple of the Australian swans standing on the bank, and right next to them there's a couple of birds called Caverns. Late at night they'll usually nest in a certain tree, and fishing guides occasionally will use those in fish buys as far as fishing for catfish. There's catfish hanging underneath them because they excrete waste that still has nutrients in them for the catfish. A lot of fish and stuff they've eaten. All that stuff you see floating in there makes it look real murky. It's algae, pure source of protein that the fish eat. It's kind of bad this time of year, but it is used in some household items also, like shaving cream, lipstick, toothpaste, ice cream. But don't worry, you won't see any containers of a protein supplement or carrageenan. Look for some lively white flowers as we go across here. Those are bomba flowers. I'll tell you about those a little later on the bomba plant. But some of the bubbles you see on the bottom of the glass are actually not from the boat. The process is called photosynthesis, where the plants are feeding off sunlight and carbon dioxide to produce oxygen. And underwater plants produce about twice as much as anything on the bank. They do that for support, so they can grow upright, grow toward the sun. And occasionally you'll see some plants down here that kind of have looks like a big beam. You'll see some down here as we turn this sharp corner. It's actually called eelgrass, so it has a whip-like motion like an eel. Yeah, here's something coming over. Looks like a big bean down there. It's called eelgrass. up to the boat are actually all along the bank. You see elephant here, so it's pretty easy to pick out. About 150 years ago, these Spanish ships fell into the water that we're fixing to go over. And they're going through ossification, where they're gathering limestone around the outside. The inside's hollowing out. It's a 300-year process, so in about another 150 years, it'll be hollowed like a straw and have a hard outer shell like petrified wood. You also see some star-shaped plants down there along the bottom. That's called Luigia. They produce a toxin like a skunk, so a lot of fish will come lay their eggs close to them to keep turtles and snakes away. Name this next area over we're fixing to go over after a hot breakfast cereal. It's this white area down here. You'll notice the ground looks kind of like it's boiling once we get over it. Notice down there, it looks kind of like it's boiling. The average temperature in the lake is between 68 and 72 degrees, so it's not really boiling. It's just low pressure springs, which just kind of keeps the bottom from settling. They say the consistency of it is something like quicksand down there, so if you walk along the bottom, you would sink about 12, 15 inches before you reach the limestone bed. This whole area that we're over now contains about 100 low pressure springs. So it holds about half the springs in our lake. All these springs are fed by the Edwards Aquifer. That's a network of tunnels that covers about 175 miles over 5 counties. And it's filled with limestone that purifies water about 98% pure. But it does provide the drinking water for the San Antonio, Austin, New Braunfels area, San Marcos, all the parts in between. But it is a limited source, and experts say it could reach a critical low of about 25 to 50 years. So we're trying to educate some of the natives to conserve water. Straight ahead to Greenwall, that's the beginning of the San Marcos River. The headwaters starts from there and flows 66 miles down to Gonzales, Texas, where it empties in the Guadalupe River, which then empties in the Gulf of Mexico. They found this area in 1709. That was on St. Mark's Day, therefore gave the name of the river and the city San Marcos. And in 1849, a General Burleson came down and dammed off Spring Lake that you're on now. He did that to power his press mill. The white bird over there to the right of us is called a Muscovy. You can tell by his red mask. And there's a little bit black one sitting on the other side. It's kind of strange. That bird's got chicken-like feet, just kind of slightly webbed. This area we call Crater Bottom. This was a swimming pool back in 1928. That's what they dredged it out for originally. They quickly closed it down, though, because of the rapid growth of the plant life. It was endangering the lives of swimmers. It's about 18 feet deep, and down about 4 feet in front of me, there's a tree stump. There's a hole in the middle of it. That hole was caused by a high-pressure spring. They cut down the tree. It's real powerful. That's how you tell the difference between a high and a low-pressure spring. High pressure will push everything out of the way. Low pressure does that boiling effect like you saw over cream of wheat. Straight in front of you, that's how Aquarena Springs Inn opened in 1928. During the Depression, they used it as a hospital and health spa. 1940, it was turned into a Brown School for troubled children. 1960, it turned back into a hotel. It's been one ever since. You may see some more eelgrass right here below us. Next area we call salt and pepper. It's actually a series of low-pressure springs. Probably the best example of a low-pressure spring we'll see today. A little better view of it. Over sideways. Again, you'll see the boiling effects as I straighten up over it. It's just not powerful enough to move all the limestone out of the way. That's the reason it looks like it's boiling. That salt-like substance is actually limestone. The pepper-like is humus and mud. Just gives you the impression of salt and pepper. Those small fish are usually feeding off microorganisms that come out of the springs.
That's really pretty.
call Kabamba. Gets its name from the light green spiral-shaped plant down there, the Kabamba plant. That's one of the few plants that will flower both above and below the water during the 4 to 5 hottest hours of the day. So that's the little bit white flowers I was trying to point out to you earlier. It's off the light green spiral shape. There's one down there I can see right now. So you see a couple down there. Underneath those roots there's a high pressure spring that puts out about 700 gallons of water every minute. That's about 12 feet deep. In 1965 was this last spring we'll see today. 1965, Johnny Weissmuller came down to the lake and we dedicated this spring to him. It's 25 feet deep down here. There's 2 stories how the dedication ceremony went. One says he dove off the top of the boat, swam to the bottom of the lake, and drank directly from the high pressure spring. It'd be kind of tough to do. The other one says he's a little tipsy from the night before party and fell overboard and inhaled a bunch of water. There's no telling which one's correct, but either way, this spring puts out about 7,000 gallons of water every minute, so it's definitely high pressure. Started out the size of a golf ball, grew to its present day size. It can't grow any deeper because it's recent limestone bed, but it can't grow wider. It probably will. But we are approaching the end of the tour, so now would be a good time to check around, make sure you don't leave a purse or camera or wallet or anything. I keep all the personal items. Something I probably should have mentioned before we got on the boat is this boat doesn't have brakes. Like all boats, so if we rely on human brakes to bring us to a stop, and if not, we'll just ram the dock. So, Anthony, nobody there.
Doesn't wait for people. She's right there in front of us, see? Okay, Millie, I'm getting out right here, okay?
No.
Yeah.
Bobby. You didn't hide the Bobby.
You want to jump now?
No. Hey, Mummy. The Mama play.
Uh-huh.
We'll try it again. We'll again. Oh, did that go?
Uh-huh.
Say hi to Mommy.
Yeah.
Hey, did Heido get back there?
Uh-huh. You want to get out now? Here, I'll throw you out.
No.
Hey, I tease
I had to, but Daddy, too hard. Did I say when I want to go?
Yeah.
Let's go see. Mommy, ready big dad.
Was this fun?
Wow! Is that going to push Mommy back?
No, we get off over here.
Wow. Look at that! Woo! Hey, let me go ahead.
Was that fun, Mel?
Wow.
Guys, is that pretty? Peggy said pretty, Daddy.
Uh-huh.
Lakeside Deli.
That's where I want to go. I'll tell you. Look, see. Up here.
Like a big store. Bobby, get off that. Get on the road. Falling down there and breaking your neck.
Oh, we don't have to take him back home then.
Yeah, get to do the whole trip. That's our last day. Dad, I've been good to this day.
You are. You're.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Joey, and I'll be your host for the next 5 minutes.
Looks like
As
you've
we
been
begin to rise at the rate of 4 feet per second, we'll reach the top will be 220 feet above the ground
Oh, we spent this way.
and 300 feet above Spring Lake. Once we reach the top, we'll rotate the clockwise direction 2 times around.
We're already rotating. Whoa, it won't stop and sit down. We'll get over there in a minute. This thing moves around, see? Oh, it has. It stopped rising up, but it's still going to turn around.
If you look down through the trees, you can see our alligator exhibit.
Where's that?
Up from the alligator exhibit, we have our grist mill. This grist mill is over 100 years old. It's still operational to this day.
There's the alligators. You see them, Dad?
You may notice a large base building. This is the administration building down in the Texas State University. The Castle building is old thanks to the original administration building, which was built in 1899.
I see the bird too. No. I see the puppy's thing.
Directly below us, the nation San Xavier Mission was built on site in 1755. Other areas of interest are our golf course and our historical room, which was built in 1928 and 1929. By the way, A.B. Rogers is the founder of all Bridgeport. To the west, we have the beginning of the Texas Hill Country. To the east, we have the Gulf Coastal Plains. These two geographical regions are separated by the Falconi's fault line, which runs directly through Spring Lake. Next to the Sky Road, we have General Burleson's cabin. This cabin was built in 1856. He's the co-founder of San Marcos.
Daddy, look! A pool! That pool is big. See that pool over there? I see the blue over there.
As we begin our descent, I ask that you please remain seated. I'd like to thank you for riding with me today and hope you enjoy the rest of your trip.
You take the switch. Hello, switch. It's all water. It's like this. Let's go, man.
You like this? Look down there. That's where we were. Submarine theater and all that.
Huh? A pool.
That's where people at the hotel over there.
What about our pool?
Probably not gonna get back here in time, Bob. I'm filming you.
Bye. Low hanging rock bed. Big time.
Cause it's dead already.
It never was alive, Dad. It was caused by fault. This one wasn't caused by water, guys. At least not this part of it. Peggy, I want to hold on to your hand. Thank you. You have the big, huge steps, okay? Y'all, just don't worry about it and go. Keisha, touch one side. One side. Now that. Okay.
Alright. Okay, as y'all are coming down, I'm sure stalactite is born. The only difference between this rock and a stalagmite or stalactite is this rock actually grows off the wall instead of hanging straight down and growing straight up. Now, at one time, this rock used to be alive. What I mean by alive is it used to have living molecules inside of it. And that's why most caverns you go into, they tell you you cannot touch it. They basically split it into different parts. At one time, all Texas was covered with water. We were actually under the ocean until we had this earth. This plate right here was actually under this plate. Over a period of thousands of years, it was lifting it up, and at one time, Texas, at least West Texas, was known as the Edwards Plateau. Now, over 30 million years, we've had quite a bit of rain, and so the high level of the Edwards Plateau was actually eroded away, so now you have hills and valleys, which is known as the Texas Hill Country. So the dividing line for the Texas Hill Country and the Texas Coastal Plains is right here. This side over here is the Coastal Plains, all the way out to the coast, and this right here, all the way out through West Texas, is called the Texas Hill Country. If we go to the cave, I'll tell you a little more about that.
Bobby, slow. Back up. Before we go down these stairs, I want to get you at the cave. Without that, it would be about 100% humidity
does have a few different types of stages. You have the church state, and your next stage is the white state, then you have gray flint, and then finally you have dark or black flint, which is what they use to make household lighters and anything like that that sparks. And phosphorescent rocks. Now these rocks glow, and they also retain light. These rocks glow, and they also retain light. The reason they do this is because these rocks have many, many molecules inside of them. These molecules move at a very, very rapid rate, and they move so fast that they actually produce energy. That's what you're seeing back here. You're seeing energy produced by these rocks, and they actually have a glowing effect. Now, when I turn this light off, you can see these rocks glow just for a split second. Now, I'm going to turn the light off on the count of 3. On the count of 3, I want you to look at those rocks. You can see them glow. 1, 2, 3. See, they put in a very, very dim light. Now, when I turn the regular lights back on, you look at the side of the road. The only difference is the crystal-like rocks they have inside of them. Now, we sell these rocks in the gift shop. If you have a black light at home, you can get those.
Okay, Peggy, follow Melody and Bobby.